the boy's landlord informed him that he was being evicted for failure to pay rent on a room in which he wasn't even supposed to live. Now, at this precise moment, a very strange thing happened on the outskirts of the city. It seems that 30 years ago to this day, transmissions of the popular dance craze were sent out into space and intercepted by a couple of aliens that lived on a relatively close, yet undetected planet Guildar. These aliens were so intrigued by the human music, they spent years learning and perfecting it. While they became surprisingly successful at replicating the music, it was still missing something. The aliens soon realized that what the music was missing was a human voice to sing along with it. After all, mental telepathy, while a pretty sophisticated method of communication, doesn't really lend itself to human art forms. So by a unanimous vote, the aliens decided that they absolutely had to make the rather lengthy voyage to Earth in search of a human to sing along with them. As chance would have it, the first human the aliens ran into on Earth was wandering the streets, having just been thrown out of his house. Apparently the promise of a nice soft life support chamber, 3 piping hot nutrient tablets a day, and galactical superstardom proved to be too much for the boy to resist. So after he convinced the aliens that he could sing their music reasonably well, and had their assurance that they had no intention of performing experiments that involved probing, the boy climbed aboard their spacecraft and left the Earth. Forever. Once he was in space, the boy could hardly believe what he saw. A whole lot of nothing. This came as a great disappointment to him. After all, he'd always imagined that space was full of fantastic sights. And while it is, you could still travel through space your entire life without seeing anything more than the distant stars. That's why it came as such a surprise to the aliens when their path met with a damaged spacecraft. When they boarded the ship, the aliens found a single survivor, a professor, who had managed to miraculously fly the ship to safety. On their own ship, the aliens took the professor into a room, and after questioning him for a couple of hours, came out with rather sober looks on their faces. Now the boy never found out exactly what happened to the damaged ship, but oddly enough, right after the professor was brought on board, the aliens told the boy that they were sorry, but they wouldn't be able to play music with him anymore. Of course the boy was a little upset by this, but the aliens had generously offered him one of their smaller spaceships equipped with money and provisions, and told him he should go explore space a little. Thinking that this wouldn't be such a bad idea, the boy took off in the direction that the aliens had suggested, and watched behind him as they hastily turned around and sped off in the opposite direction. Now before he'd left the alien ship, the boy had what he considered to be a rather dull conversation with the professor. All that he could really remember from it was something about a message that the professor had received before his ship was attacked. The reason the boy couldn't remember what the professor had said was because he reminded the boy of someone he had known on Earth, who could talk for hours without actually having anything to say. And so the boy ventured out into space, oblivious to what he had been told. But he should have listened.
down in my Lincoln, I was thinking about how I could rip you off. I could ask for twice the rent if every room had a loft. But as for asking for other repairs, don't even try. Cause if you complain, hey, kiss your deposit goodbye. With a grin, but if a housing inspector shows up, please don't let him in. And if you get busted, yeah, don't give me no scat. I'm not responsible. Hey, there's laws against that. I'm an invaluable aid. A high price, low income housing keeps boundaries carefully laid. I'm not a slumlord, I got too much class. But if you who miss your rent, hey, you'll be out on your ass. Oh yeah, 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 I'm your landlord. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lord, oh yeah. To the community, I'm an invaluable aid. A high price, low income housing keeps boundaries carefully laid. I'm not a slumlord, I got too much class. But if you miss your rent, hey, you'll be out on your ass.
mine brought Professor Sweat to my door. We got in the car and went up, driving around. Don't you know, Professor Sweat had to roll the windows down. We called him Professor Sweat. His neck is always wet. There's only two things in this world that man knows how to do. And they are Professor Sweat. Yeah, he knows how to sweat. I ain't joking around. That's the sweatiest guy I know. You ever want to find him? Walk out your door, find that big wet spot, and fall it all the way down to Clucky Chicken, and be eating them hot wings. They make them sweat like nobody's business. We're on the bridge. We're on the bridge. There's some hot wings all the way across the bridge. I gotta get across the bridge. I gotta get off the bridge. Off the bridge. Hey, we're on the bridge. I was walking down the street one day. Professor Sweat headed my way. He said, hey Jojo, what's going on? And I said, I don't know you. You must have had me wrong. We called him Professor Sweat. Get a napkin, cause his neck is always wet. There's only two things in this world that man knows how to do. They are Professor Sweat. Yeah, he knows how to sweat. Man, this guy's got a PhD in not knowing what the hell he's talking about. I'm not saying he's lying, but he sweats more than a politician taking a lie detector test in the desert. All right. let yourself get sweaty. Everybody get in line. And everybody march at the same time. You've got to keep it clean. You're gonna be part of our machine. Come over here. And what's your name? Who's your daddy? And what's your name? Who pays the bill? And what's your name? It don't matter who you are, we're all the same. That's right. Time for your final inspection. This here's for independent thought detection. This shot will keep you from infection of reality. I hope you enjoy your new assimilated personality. I'll come over here and what's your name? Who's your daddy? And what's your name? Who pays the bill? And what's your name? It don't matter who you are, we're all the same. When it gets down to it, that's right. Saw our hero. He was cruising through outer space, relaxing and enjoying the somewhat limited scenery. He had brought a couple CDs with him that he used to listen to on Earth, and was having a great time singing along with them. He became so involved with the music, it felt like his being was lifted out of his body. He could travel anywhere it wanted the music to take him. Now, because of his altered state, he wasn't paying very close attention to the radio on his ship's control panel. And if he had been, there might have been no end to his ideal little existence. Unfortunately, the freedom of space was to be short-lived. Just as he was starting to think that space was a pretty cool scene, his ship was violently rocked by a blast that came from somewhere in the distance. Jolted back into reality, he looked down at his instruments, which told him that there was a large warship slowly approaching him. Now there was a slight chance that he might be able to escape his pursuers, that is, if he had enough fuel to outrun them. He started to curse himself for his lack of foresight, but all he could really do was wait, and hope that he could get away.
It's all there, dependent on two things: his ability to pull it out of the air and use it to vibrate his strings. Let the music float over your head, open up and let it come down. 'Cause infinity's not an element of time or space, but exists only in sound. He floats in a sea of unconsciousness, eyes close to the earth. And when he sleeps, his dreams are the universe.
time of the night for the bossa nova. We won't stop playing it until it's over. You can yell and scream and tell us that we suck. We don't care. We don't give a fuck. We're gonna play bossa nova. won't stop playing it until it. Oh.